Hey guys, welcome to the homestead again. Lions, no tigers, but bears, oh my. Now a couple days ago, I'd say about a week ago, my neighbor on that side of the mountain, they found a picture of a very skinny bear on their game cam. It's an adult bear, but it was definitely underweight, and that's a little bit odd for this time of year. Early in the spring, it's normal because, you know, they're just waking up from hibernation and they're walking around and you can get them on your game cams. But this time of year, the berries are coming in, wild berries especially. They should be eating very well. And this guy's not. So he's very skinny. And a few weeks before that, over on that side, down the mountain a little bit, there's a pasture area where that same neighbor keeps one of her horses, and I think it was giving birth, and the young horse was killed by something. They don't know. You know, people speculated whether it was going to be a mountain lion that did that or it was a bear, and so you just don't know. And so that's the reality of living out here. You're living way far away from most of civilization, and you know, we've had people comment, you know, before, and I've done videos about this, where they wonder why we carry firearms on our homestead. And everywhere I go, I have a 9mm Glock on me, and first round is loaded with snake shot. The second round is loaded with Corbon Powerball ammo, because if I ever come into contact with an animal like this, he can't run faster than I can shoot. And that seems harsh to a lot of people, but you know, with young kids out here, because I have a 4-year-old, and he likes to play out in these woods, and I have to keep telling him, you know, Caleb, you cannot be out here, because there are coyotes for sure. There's even packs of wild dogs, but my main concern is bear and mountain lion. And a mountain lion seeing a young 4-year-old running around out here in these woods, it'd be disastrous. And so I have to keep him back at the house. I mean, he'd rather be out on this side of the mountain or in some of our pastures playing with his friends. And I tell them, you know, you can't go out here. You have to stay close to the house. And it's just the way it is. You know, when he gets big enough, he can carry a firearm on his own and protect himself. But the reality is, all throughout civilization, all throughout history, people have pushed these animals to the farther reaches of civilization. Because people don't want them living around their homes, you know, around their families, around the more defenseless people that they have, you know, elderly and young people. And so it is what it is when you come out here. And I mean, I don't like killing animals for fun. I've never been that kind of guy. I hunt for my family. I take game that I need for my family, put that up in the pantry. But there's farmers out here will absolutely shoot coyotes when they see them, because coyotes, man, when it comes down to birthing season, 'cause there's a lot of cattle out here. This is cattle country. You know, a lot of pastures out here. And the coyotes, when the moms are giving birth, you know, the cows are giving birth, and those new calves are hitting the ground, it puts out a scent, and the coyotes just go nuts, because they know there's a defenseless animal out there that they can pick off if they can get a chance. We used to have a donkey on this homestead, a female donkey, and she went to a cattle rancher down the road here, and she's killed a number of coyotes. Donkeys are really good. Female donkeys are really good. Females only. But female donkeys are really good about protecting a herd of livestock. And so, you know, we deal with this. People ask us, you know, about bears, and, you know, the picture I showed you here of the bear that was found on the game cam just not that far. Now, I had a deer feeder over this way, a little ways, and this was last year, I'm sorry, 2 years ago. That deer feeder full of corn was torn in half by something. I mean, it had to be a bear. There's nothing else that would have done that. But it tore this thing in half and got to all the corn, ripped it off the tree and just tore it to pieces to get to the corn. And so, you know, there's bears out here, and there's mountain lions out here. We've seen the tracks of the mountain lions, we've seen the tracks of the bears. I have never physically seen one, but most of my neighbors have seen them on occasion. And I've definitely seen them on their game cams. They've sent me the pictures. anytime a neighbor out here gets one of these things on their game cams, because most of them have game cams set up. We have game cams too. But they send it on Facebook and it goes out far and wide in the area and all the people know. And so that's just one reason why you have to keep your kids close, especially if you have young children. You can't let them run around out here. And again, this is why we carry firearms on the homestead. So, and we have rifles in close proximity if we need to get one. We have livestock. We keep most of them close to the house in paddocks because I don't want them out running around too far where I can't get to them if there's trouble, if I hear them in trouble. The other day, we were out behind my house, and me and Jamie were getting ready for bed. It was just getting down to dusk. Sun was going down. The kids were already in bed. And there was like this large yelp. Yelp, yelp. And then this ruh, ruh. Anyway, I talked to a former game warden the other day, and I described that to him. And he was like, that was definitely a bear. I mean, you had a bear right there. And so, and it was just, past my greenhouse in my garden. Just, out of eyesight range. It wasn't in the garden, but he was just on the other side of my greenhouse. And that's where I heard that sound. And, he's looking at my sheep because, bears have attacked livestock out here for sure. There's lots of history of that. It's just something you have to keep in mind, that there are dangerous animals out here, and I won't hesitate to shoot one if I see it, because they cannot coexist with me and my family in the same area. They just can't. And I'm not going to go out and seek them out and kill them. That would be wrong, and it's illegal. But state law absolutely allows you to defend your family. State law absolutely allows you to defend your livestock. So if that's whatever happens, that's what happens. I'm not going to think twice about doing that. But there are people out there who have a hard time, dealing with that because they live in the city or live in the suburbs, and they've never encountered that sort of danger and the reality that it is in fact a danger. Out here, you're pretty much top of the food chain, but for younger people, younger kids, you're not top of the food chain. And there's dangers out here. So anyway, I want to do a video on that because this has been a concern over the last week because we know that bear is out here somewhere. And I like to walk around the homestead every so often, walk around the mountain, walk around the property, and see what sign I can see. Because there's they usually leave lots of signs. So I'll walk up and down these woods. I don't like doing it so much in the summer because there's a lot of poison ivy, but it's just something you got to do. And it's something you have to keep in mind. That's all. That's all. But you can be safe out here. It's not, people are like, I could never live out there. It's great living out here. It's a great lifestyle. They're just dangers, and you have to keep them in mind. And if you keep them in mind and you give these animals the respect they deserve, and understand that if you ever come into contact with one and you have livestock and you have small children, you can't allow them to coexist with you. It's just not going to be that way. And farmers out here in these mountains, they don't like it when you let these things live. If they hear about you relocating one or not taking the shot and opportunity when you have one, because their livelihoods are at stake as well. It's their livestock. And that's how they survive and raise their families. All right, guys. Hey, listen, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, check out this list of amazing folks. These are our patrons. They make all of our videos possible. We couldn't do what we do here without them. For more information, you can go to patreon.com/AnAmericanHomestead to learn more about the benefits. Just want to give you some real talk today, and because it's been brought up, people ask me questions, so there it is. That's my view of dealing with these issues. All right, guys. Hit that subscribe button. Check us out over at STEEMIT. Like and subscribe on Facebook and Twitter. And we'll see you next time on American Homestead.